Hi, I'm Aaron Amber with Tool Gear, and wow, we just flipped the calendar from September to October. And today I'm going to take you through what I'm going to take to the Western Mountains when we think about mid to late season hunting. Now, to set this up a little bit, when I think about flipping the calendar, what's interesting about October is you can have some days in October that feel like September, so it can be very warm. Yet you can experience days in October that feel like late November. So it really is the most demanding part of the season when you think about what you need to pack from a toolkit perspective to be safe, successful, and comfortable in the Western Mountains. So I'm going to break this down in 3 different piles today. I'm going to talk about what I'm going to wear next to skin. I'm going to talk about what I'm going to layer with to create more thermal value and more protection. And lastly, I'm going to talk about our shell, which keeps you protected from the elements. So what I'm going to start with is our 250 Merino Kinetic hoodie. So what's great about the 250 hoodie is it has all the qualities of merino. So you think about wearing it all week long, think about perspiring in it. It has natural antimicrobial elements to merino, and great thing about it, stretches. So when you think about a next to skin thermal regulating piece, the Kinetic 250 hoodie is definitely my favorite, and I'll be wearing it next to skin. The other probably harder working piece is what are you going to wear in your bottoms? This is our climb pant. So the climb pant is really focused on, think about that late early season to mid season to late season depending on what you have under it. And it is a hard working pant. It's got great durability to it, and the mobility is so important. When we think about stretch and mobility, you think about lifting your legs, humping up the mountain. The last thing you want is friction caused by lifting your knees. So the great mobility in it and the great comfort is an all-day wearing pants. So definitely going to be next to skin. Now the last piece I'm going to include in next to skin is that you think about those mornings, and it could be 30 degrees, 40, could be a little cooler. You want an extra little layer of protection on the bottom half of your body. This is our Kinetic 150 zip off base layer. So what's great about this is 150, so it's just that extra touch of protection that you have. And the other thing, it has great stretch, the merino properties we talked about in the Kinetic 250 hoodie. And probably my favorite part about these merino base bottoms is that when you want the kiss, you can have them on, but they have great full-length zips on the side. What that means is when you start actually generating some heat and want to get them off, you can actually drop your bottoms and unzip them and pull them off without taking off your boots that may be 10, 12-inch boots that take a lot of time, a lot of energy getting on and off. So Kinetic 150 base bottoms. So now that I just covered what I'm going to have next to skin, this middle pile is a very important pile. Has a lot of options. So the first piece I'm going to start with is the Aptitude soft shell vest. Question, why would I wear it? Well, a couple reasons I love it. Number one is it is 100% windproof. So when you think about keeping your core warm, you want to keep Mother Nature wind out, because the wind is one of the things that can extrapolate thermal out of your body quicker than anything. So I'll keep my core warm. It also has great stretch, so it's super comfortable next to your body. You can move around. I'm actually wearing it today in the set, and it feels great on the body. The other reason I love it is when you think about, humping it, putting a lot of energy, going up the mountain, you want to be able to make sure that you're ventilating. What I love about the vest is your arms are open, so you have maximum ability for your arms to shed the moisture and heat generating onto your body. Plus, I use the zip on the Aptitude soft shell vest, so when it's warm and I'm humping it, I'm zipping down to make sure all that heat's going off of me, and then when I'm hunkering down and I need to stay warm, I'm zipping it up, so it gives you really good thermal regulation from the wind and the protection. A great piece that I love here, this is the Clement puffy jacket. So when you think about this piece, very low physical weight and high ability to keep you warm. So very packable. This will actually pack down into its own pocket. You can put in your backpack for on-demand thermal value, and it's super lightweight, and it gives you a great level of protection. Also, highly wind resistant. So not only do you have the insulation, the Paralite insulation, the light kiss of insulation to keep the thermal values in your body, you have the wind resistance. So just a great piece. And one of my favorite parts about it is its hood design. I mean, there's a lot of people that make hoods, but to have a hood that actually comes up over your head and you can zip it up and yet have full visibility, that's what you want in a great thermal layering piece. So this is a Clement puffy jacket. Don't go in the woods without it. Now, a couple other bonus pieces here that I'd be remiss not to talk about is this is brand new for 2025. And this is our Kinetic 350 hoodie. So you think about, I talk about the 150 bottoms, that's a light kiss, the 250 hoodie, which I'm gonna wear all day long. This is that next level of thermal protection. So not only do you get great mobility with this, with a good stretch, it's got that extra layer of protection, got a nice brushed back, so it's really nice and soft to skin. And what I really like about this has a kangaroo pocket in it as well. So you think about standing, keeping your hands warm, just that good comfort of a good hoodie and a kangaroo pocket. It's a great piece. So definitely the Kinetic 350 hoodie would be one piece I'd be looking at. Now, a couple other pieces. This is our new shacket. This is our Guide Light shacket. So this has light insulation to it, a nice nylon tough face. And there's situations where I will take this where you think about you want to add extra layers, but you don't want all the hoods. So you think about the hood on your 250 hoodie, and you don't want double up hoods. This is a nice +1 piece for the woods, but also I wear it a lot in camp. When you get back in camp and want that extra layer of protection, 100% windproof. Plus the thermal insulation, the Paralite insulation. It's just a really good +1 piece when you're trying to keep a little bit more thermal regulation on your body. And the last piece that I'll talk about in this mid-layering section is our new puffy pant. This is the Ant puffy pant. So this has Paralite insulation in it. So you got that insulation layer to keep that thermal value in your body. It is also 100% windproof. So thinking keeping wind out. And then the other thing I love about this, it has really good stretch. When you think about a bottom, again, I talked about it on our climb pant, is you want really good mobility. Every time you're lifting your leg, you want it not to have friction. So not only does it stretch, but it also has a hard face. So you think about wearing this on your climb pant for that extra layer of insulation. We're talking, it's October now, late in October, and it's getting cold and you still want to stay in your climb pant. And it has really good lack of friction. So your legs and knees are gonna move independently and you're not gonna get that extra layer of friction. And the last part, which just like our Kinetic 150 base layer bottoms, this has a full length zip. So think about you want extra protection, and yet, you know what, I need to go start humping it. I've been up on the mountain glassing. I need all the thermal pieces on I could take. You can drop your pants and unzip these full length. And again, remember those 12-inch boot, 10-inch boots you have on? You can take these off, and great packability. You'll pack right down, throw it in your pack, and you're off and going. So just in summary here, we have 2 of the 3 done. Next is skin and all the layering pieces that you're gonna sandwich to variate with the September days that you're in October or the November late cold days that you're in October. So really a lot of opportunity from a tool kitting perspective to use these. The last pile I'm gonna talk about is I talk about a protective shell. So protective shell inherently means this, is you're experiencing some of Mother Nature's toughest conditions, high winds. It could be cold. You could be getting sleet, rain, or snow, and it's the layer that's going to protect you from any of the bad stuff that happens to people in the mountain when they don't keep moisture off them. So the first piece I'm going to talk about is the Aptitude soft shell jacket. So what's great about a soft shell, this has 100% windproofness to it. That's the first thing you need to know. So the second thing you need to know is it's certainly highly moisture resistant. So you can take a lot of moisture on. The only difference between this and a rainproof piece is you have taped seams on a rainproof piece. So you can take a lot of moisture on this. Got a great hood design as well to keep the thermal retention of your head. And I would, I have to tell you, this is one of the key things is mobility. So think about good stretch, being comfortable, being able to shoot your bow, being able to jump over deadfall, move around. The soft shell jacket, Aptitude soft shell jacket's a great piece from a thermal retention. So we're moving deep in the season right now. So to partner up with the soft shell jacket, we also have the Aptitude soft shell pant. So again, 100% windproof, highly moisture resistance, and really good stretch and mobility. The other couple things on here that I think makes this pant different, when you're walking through the woods, jumping over a deadfall, kneeling, glassing, spending time on a lot of rough surfaces, we have a reinforcement on the knees. So think about a lot of time on the knees, going over a deadfall is going to keep you protected. Also in the seat, we put an extra layer of protection here as well. So you spend a lot of time, you might be on rock, you might be on some sharp limbs, spending some time on your buttocks, it's going to keep you good and protected. So the Aptitude soft shell pants definitely is that next step up when you're trying to keep all of Mother Nature's elements off. And the final garment I'm going to share with you on the protective shell side is our ballistic rain jacket. So when you think about, when you get to this point, getting out of the woods is critical, staying dry is most critical. So when you get to the ballistic rain jacket, you have to think about a 3-layer rainproof design. So not only is the shell going to be rain protective, but you also have a tape garment on the inside. So you're going to stay 100% bone dry. The other thing that you get with a rain jacket, you get 100% windproofness. So you think about keeping thermal value in, rain out, wind out, and keeping the maximum level of staying warm on the mountain. It's definitely going to be coupled with this piece. So the other thing I would say about the storm jacket, the ballistic storm jacket, is that I've hunted in a lot of rain jackets in my life, and there's not many that you could ever feel like you could actually pursue game and hunt in. Well, again, pretty decently quiet, really good stretch and mobility to it, and actually you can pursue game in this as well, which, is a nice to have when you think about a rain jacket, because most of the time when it happens like that, it's rain and snow and you're hunkering down, you can actually pursue your game in this jacket as well. Now, the complementary part to the rain jacket is our ballistic storm pant. So again, the same features, 100% windproof, 100% waterproof. It's got a nice belt on here just to kind of give it a little snug approach to it. And again, great stretch and mobility. Think about lifting your knees, moving in the woods, pursuing game. It's definitely a piece that's very important. And the other piece I really love, it has full zippered pant up to probably about its hip. What's great about that is you can get in and out of this if you need to on the mountain, so you can pull your big boots out of this. And again, I always put this in my backpack. I roll these up and put them down just like the jacket, because I'm telling you, it's happened unfortunately too many times where people will get out in the woods and it can look great. It can be a September day in October. And next thing you look over the mountain ridge and you're 4 or 5 miles back there, and all of a sudden you have a storm front. I mean, that weather can change from sunny and 70 to snowing and raining and 30. So I'm telling you, from just a critical emergency, keeping safe, protected, and making sure you keep dry. Wetness and cold is hypothermia. So you keep yourself dry, you got a chance to make it out in case you come into conditions you can't get out of. So again, next to skin, a lot of layering options to go up and down based upon Mother Nature, and finally the protective shells. So the last piece I'm going to cover today is accessories. So these are some accessories that I would absolutely have you throw in the bag. A beanie, number one. A beanie, we have 2 of them. We have a knit beanie, and then we have a more slim design beanie here. Important that you think about, a lot of heat escapes from your head. So now I won't be humping it and wearing these. I'll have my baseball hat on, but I always have these in my pocket. When you're hunkered down or you're doing a bunch of glassing, it's so important to put a beanie on to keep retention of the heat in your body. The other thing I wear a lot is the Aptitude soft shell gloves. So 100% wind resistant, highly water resistant, and super comfortable. Whether you're shooting a bow release, whether you're shouldering a gun, you have really good sensitivity, really good design and comfort in these gloves. And the last piece, I'll tell you, I wear all the time when in the woods, and this is our gaiters. So our gaiters are just excellent, super comfortable, hard work, and they are tough. And when you think about going across rocks, you know, the strap is impermeable to any tear or resistance to it, and it keeps the bottom part of your boots dry. And I don't care if you have waterproof boots. I've done it, I've seen it. There's so much moisture that come from your knee down in your boots. So I always use our gaiters, really comfortable, really good stretch to them as well. And the other thing we do on the gaiters is we have a material on the inside that actually keeps heels from being loud, hitting against each other, and giving you extra durability to this. So believe it or not, you can fit all this in a bag. Now, you're not gonna take every single piece of the woods every day, but I'm telling you, if you're out there in October and November, you're facing a variability of conditions unlike any other time in the year. This will keep you and give you everything you need from a toolkit perspective to make you successful. So good luck to you. If you have a late season tag in October and November, and make sure you dress right and get out to your family and be safe. So enjoy your fall.